AlphaSim is capable of simulating any number of traits. The information it requires is the number of traits and the correlations between those traits. When you set the number of traits in your simulation parameters, you will get a pop-up asking you to input the genetic correlation matrix and the residual or environmental correlation matrix here. We know that the correlation of anything with itself is 1, so these diagonal elements are fixed, and we know that the correlation matrix is triangular, so the upper triangle is also fixed, but will change to the correlation given in the corresponding lower triangle. Finally, we know that the correlation cannot be greater than 1, nor can it be less than -1. So the values for the matrix are limited between -1 and 1. To have set the number of traits, we can also set some additional options in the scenarios parameter screen. In the scenarios parameter screen, you select the scenario of interest and go to additional parameters, advanced parameters. And here we can see the advanced genetic parameters of the model. The first option in advanced parameters is the length of the chromosome that you are going to simulate in AlphaSim in Morgan's, and you can change this length in order to change the recombination rate in AlphaSim. The second option is the ID of the chip used for selection. When you are doing selection, it is the simulated SNP chip that is used to choose the animals to select for the next generation. You can define multiple chips and you can change the ID of the chip used between different scenarios. So in the first scenario here, we're just going to use chip 1. You can also change the heritability of the trait for each trait separately, and you can change the index weight of the trait at each generation, or rather in each module, which is a list of generations where everything is the same. Finally, you can also change the genetic variance of the traits here as well. When you set the advanced parameters for a scenario and click on Done, these advanced parameters are actually propagated down into all of the children of the scenario that you have set. So here we can go to scenario 4 and we can change our advanced parameters to have a heritability of 0.3. But when we go back to scenario 3 and change our advanced parameters to have a heritability of 0.5, what we will see is this will be propagated down to our scenario 4, and when we check on our advanced parameters, we can see that they have been changed to 0.5. As such, when you're setting the advanced parameters, you always want to start with the base generation and work your way down to set future scenarios.